Hi there, I'm Terry Pappy and welcome to another video. So today I want to talk about unsubscribes. I know when I started doing my email marketing and building lists, and I did a bunch of different types of techniques from just something simple like a pop-up on my website to Facebook advertising or promotions or whatever. There's a million different ways to build your list. And one of the things that in the early days that I used to get really upset about because I was taking it too personally was when people would unsubscribe. Oh my gosh. And so I was like, oh, they unsubscribed. They don't like me. They didn't like what I sent them. Oh, I need to change everything, right? So that was the early days. I'm not so much like that anymore. Because now, if there's somebody who unsubscribes from your list, regardless of what you're building your list on, unless you're getting like an extreme amount of unsubscribes, then you need to, take a look at it. But it's very normal to get some regular unsubscribes. Most people today know that when there's a pop-up or an offer or an opt-in or whatever, they know that they're going to get marketed via email or text or however you're setting it up. Primarily it's email. And so we get it. We know you're going to be sending us stuff. We know you're going to eventually at some point pitch us, but we kind of want to use that as a way to get to know you, right? So it's like a unspoken agreement that we all have with one another. And there are people that I subscribe to, and I actually don't even read half of the emails, but I keep that subscription going because I think in the future I make it to the point where I actually will read it when I never do. And that's a very common behavior and with us and email. It's just the way it is. If we don't deal with it right away, then we probably won't get to it. So one of the things that I wanted to focus on regarding unsubscribes is how you communicate when an unsubscribe happens. So I've seen a bunch of different things. There's a lot of, like with a lot of email providers, there's like this, like boilerplate, sorry to see you go, thanks for subscribing, something very just kind of like generic. And then I've seen some very creative things. And one of the things that really has started to bug me is when the unsubscribe message, which is a custom message, says, oh, yeah, well, you're going to be missing out. And, oh, it's a shame that you, made this decision to leave and, poo-poo on you. So what that leaves me with is kind of a really bad taste in my mouth about that particular provider, regardless of how much I engaged with their material. If when I decide that I need to, for whatever reason, it might just be I'm getting too many emails, I can't devote time to this, so I know I'm not going to be of value to him or her, so I'm just going to click unsubscribe. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Sorry about that. My dad taught me this when I was in the hospital as a kid. I had back surgery and the room was freezing, and I remember I kept sneezing. Every time I sneezed it would like really be painful because of my back surgery. So he told me, he says, Terry, he says, all you got to do is just take your finger, your index finger, and just press it on that right under your nose, like up against your gum, where there's like nerves or whatever are. And he says it'll actually stop you from sneezing. So when you see people do that, that actually works. So anyway, talk about a massive digression there, right? See, I told you these videos were fun. Anyway, so the unsubscribes. So when there's a message that basically says you're a loser for unsubscribing, that does more damage to your brand than it does anything. So that person is more than likely to, out in social sphere, not say great things about you, or they're never going to look at any of your material in the future. And that's not a good thing because we all bounce around with different things when we're on social media in this digital world. And so it's important to always be courteous, always be kind, and really just say, you know what? We're sorry to see you go. That's like the most negative thing you want to say. Thank you for spending time at least sharing some emails with us or sharing some time in your inbox. Be creative, but be kind in your message. I mean, you could even have a message that has like a link to a funny video. Say, here's one of our favorite funny videos to, let you know that we still love you and we'll always be here for you if you ever want to come back And if you have anything that you ever want us to change or do or add to our business to make it better, please let us know. And then put contact information in there. So make it like you're a real person, saying goodbye. It's like when you break up with somebody or whatever, that's really what's happening. You're kind of breaking up. So you want to do it in a positive way. You want to leave a good impression, just like your first impression. Your last one should be a good one too. So take a look at your thank you for unsubscribing messages and make sure that what you're saying is really sweet and really kind and a reflection of your personality and your brand. And you'll do a lot more good in the world when you leave people with a positive experience after they unsubscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Terry at Better3.